we have highlighted
Pillars of Islam.
we have highlighted the first two pillars concerning the testimony of faith and the offering of prayers. In the hadith reported by Abdullah ibn Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhuma, the Prophet ﷺ said, Islam has been built upon 5 pillars. So, pillars of Islam. Third one, the last 2 lectures or the last 2 lessons, we have highlighted testimony of faith and prayer. And in brief, we said that this is considered the most important pillar of Islam all. In order for anybody to be a Muslim, he must bear witness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only God deserving to be worshipped, and at the same time he must also believe and testify that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the messenger of Allah. If somebody believes in Allah and disbelieves in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he is not a Muslim. He is not a Muslim. Okay? That's also said when he says Buniya al-Islamu ala khams, or Islam has been built on 5 pillars. Testimony of faith, that is to testify that there is no God deserving to be worshipped but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Iqamus salah, offering of prayer, giving out of zakat, fasting during the month of Ramadan, and the Hajj. So these are 5 pillars. These are 5 pillars. So the second pillar, which is prayer. Yesterday we said that prayer is the main difference between Muslims and non-Muslims. Yeah, if you want to know this Muslim, this man is a Muslim or not, I'll ask whether he is a prayer or not. If he offers prayer, so he is a Muslim. Otherwise, he is not a Muslim. So this is the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. The main difference between Muslims and non-Muslims is the establishment, is the offering of prayers. And we said that prayer is considered the first thing that man would be asked about, would be held accountable for in his grave on the day when he dies. When he dies. If his prayer is good and is accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he would be asked, or she would be asked about the rest of the deeds he or she did in the worldly life. Otherwise, he would fail the test, the exam in the hereafter. So this is for prayer. As for the third pillar, which is zakat, and it has another name, which is Sadaqah. It may be called Sadaqah. And now we are going to differentiate between what is obligatory Sadaqah and what is recommended Sadaqah. Okay? So, Zakat, also called Sadaqah or charity. Sadaqah, charity. Okay. Zakat is the third pillar of Islam. Third pillar of Islam. But what is the meaning of the word zakat? What does the word zakat mean?
You give out money?
No. No.
Purify your
Zakat?
wealth?
No?
Purify your wealth?
Excellent. That's the meaning of the word zakat. Purification of one's wealth. Of one's wealth. So this is the meaning of the word zakat. This is in the Quran. This is in the Quran. In the chapter of Tawbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً. So, he subhanahu wa ta'ala refers to the word zakat with sadaqah. That's number 1. تُطَهِّرُهُمْ وَتُزَكِّيهِمْ بِهَا. So the meaning of zakat is purification. Is to purify one's soul, is to purify one's wealth, is to purify one's money, anything one has. And so this is the meaning of the word zakat, purification of one's wealth. خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً تُطَهِّرُهُمْ وَتُزَكِّيهِمْ بِهَا. The scholars also say zakat means increase in one's wealth. How could it be like that? How could it be like that? If we think of zakat, okay, I'm going to give out a portion from my wealth to the poor, right or not? So this means that my wealth is going to decrease or increase? Decrease. So it's going to decrease. But that is from your own point of view. But the zakah you give out, falls in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala according to the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam before it is in the hand of the poor. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala multiplies your zakah for you. So when it is on the day of resurrection, you will find zakah like a mountain of good deeds. Zakah will be like mountains of good deeds. So scholar says zakah means increase in one's wealth. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَمَا آتَيْتُم مِّن رِّبًا لِيَرْبُوَ فِي أَمْوَالِ النَّاسِ فَلَا يَرْبُو عِندَ اللَّهِ وَمَا آتَيْتُم مِّن زَكَاةٍ تُرِيدُونَ وَجْهَ اللَّهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُضْعِفُونَ. This means that those people who deal with interest, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not bless their money. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not bless their deeds, will not bless their actions. As for those who give zakah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the money they give out, and He subhanahu wa ta'ala multiplies this money for them until it looks like mountains on the day of resurrection. So, once again, zakah is the third pillar of Islam. And as I told you last lecture, the zakah and prayer are gathered together in 73 order in the Quran. وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ 73 times. 73 times. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ. Okay. So zakat is the third pillar of Islam. It means purification of one's wealth, one's soul. It also means increase in one's wealth. Great. So, zakah is a sign of a true believer. If you wanted to know you are a true believer or not, wonder, ask yourself, oh, do I actually and properly give out zakah as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered me to do? If you give out zakah, so you are a true believer. So you are a true believer. This is in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنِ اللَّغْوِ مُعْرِضُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ. This means that the signs of the true believers as described by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Mu'minun. He subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. The true believers, those ones who are the successors in the hereafter, are the following people. Are those people with the following characteristics. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ. Those who offer prayer with full sincerity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With full sincerity to Allah. That's number one. Number two, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنِ اللَّغْوِ مُعْرِضُونَ. Those who don't say bad words. Those who don't say foul words. So this is the second characteristics. Do not say bad speech or evil speech. And the third characteristics of the true believers, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ. لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ. Give out zakah. Give out zakah. Of course, there are other characteristics who are inshallah gonna to make a specific and independent lesson for them. But here is the point we want to highlight. Giving out zakah is a sign of the true believers. It's a sign of the true believers. Okay. So zakah once again means sadaqah. Allah says in the Quran, خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً. Scholars say that the word sadaqah here refers to the obligatory zakat. So, if one of us has money, and his money reaches what's called by jurists nisab. Please memorize that word, nisab of zakat. What is nisab of zakat? Nisab of zakat is the minimum level. If one owns, then he should pay zakat. then he should pay zakat. Minimum level of money if one has, he should pay out zakat. Some people may think that zakat is just restricted to money. No. We have zakat of gold. We have zakat in silver. We have zakat if one has a large number of sheep, of goats, of cows, of camels, as in the Arabian Peninsula, okay, he has to pay out zakat. If his sheep reaches a particular number, if his camel reaches a particular number, if his cows reaches a particular number, he has to pay out zakat. And if one has a business, this business, he has to pay out zakat for it. He has to pay out zakat for it. And inshallah, we are gonna to elaborate on this point. Inshallah Rabbil Alamin. Okay? So, we know right now that giving out zakat is one of the characteristics of the true believers. And that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala multiply one zakat for him on the day of resurrection until it becomes like mountains. Okay. Do you think that if a woman has her money, her own money, and this money reaches nisab, is she obliged, or is it obligatory upon her to give out zakah or not? She has to give out zakat. Because some people think that no, zakat is obligatory, is obligated just upon men. No, zakat is obligated upon both men and women, because just as there are rich men, there are also rich women. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will hold me accountable for my deeds, and He will hold my wife accountable for her good deeds. Okay? So, men and women, both of, if they have the nisab of zakah, they must give it out. The virtues of zakah, the reward prepared by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for those who give zakah, cannot be counted. It's too huge. I'm going to mention for you just some of them. Those who give zakah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as I said to you right now, will increase their money. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ said, the zakah which is given from out your money will not decrease it, but on the contrary, it will increase it. It will multiply it. So this is the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Number 2, the one who pay out zakah on the day of resurrection, there is no shadow at all. So, if you wanted to be under the shadow of the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you should pay out zakat. So that's number 2. Number 3, if you have a particular disease, or if some of your relative has a particular disease and you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to heal him, to treat him, to cure him, just give out zakat. The Prophet ﷺ is reported to have said in a hadith, one of his authentic hadiths, one of his sahih hadiths, دَاوُ مَرْضَاكُمْ بِالصَّدَقَةِ. That's to say, cure your patient with giving out zakat. So many rewards prepared by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for those who pay out zakat. But for those who do not want to give out zakat, do you know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prepared for them in the hereafter? I'll just mention for you a verse in the Quran. In the chapter of Tawbah. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إن كثيرا من الأحبار والرهبان لا يأكلون أموال الناس بالباطل ويصدون عن سبيل الله والذين يكنزون الذهب والفضة ولا ينفقونها في سبيل الله. Those who store and keep money, gold, silver, and don't give out the due zakat on them. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do with them in the hereafter? He subhanahu wa ta'ala will take this gold and that silver and all the money and put it into the hellfire until it is melted. And then He subhanahu wa ta'ala will put this fire on their foreheads like that and on their sides. يوم يحمى عليها في نار جهنم فتكوى بها جباههم وجنوبهم and their backs. هذا ما كنزتم لأنفسكم فذوقوا ما كنتم تكنزون. So we should encourage each other to pay out zakat and to give out sadaqah. Okay? So dear brothers and sisters, in order for the Muslim to give zakat, he should be characterized with a number of etiquettes. He should be characterized with a number of etiquettes. By the way, zakat is a very important social solidarity system in Islam. Now, I am rich, so I'm going to give Muhammad because he is poor. But my richness will not continue forever. Because this is the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today I am rich, tomorrow I am poor. Today he is poor, tomorrow he will be rich. قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ مَالِكَ الْمُلْكِ تُؤْتِي الْمُلْكَ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتَنْزِعُ الْمُلْكَ مِمَّنْ تَشَاءُ وَتُعِزُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتُذِلُّ مَنْ تَشَاءُ بِيَدِكَ الْخَيْرُ إِنَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one who never ever changes. But all other creatures are liable to change. Today we are strong, tomorrow we will be weak. Today we are youth, tomorrow we are old. So this is the sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the universe. So zakat is a very important social solidarity system. Today I have money, so I'll give you Muhammad because you don't have. So Muhammad, rest assured that he will be able to meet his requirements, will be able to meet his needs in this world life as long as he is a Muslim. Tomorrow, my richness may turn into poverty. So Muhammad became rich, so he's going to give me. And he's going to give me. So this is zakat. It's a social solidarity system. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instructs us to be characterized with a number of etiquettes when we are going to give zakat. When we are going to give zakat, do it in secret. Don't show off before people. Because you are not dealing with people. You are dealing with whom? With Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah is the one. That's why I said in the very beginning of my hadith or my lecture that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your sadaqah falls in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before it falls in the hands of the poor people. That's why Lady Aisha is reported in one author that she had used to put perfume on her sadaqah before giving it to the poor. When she was asked, why do you do that? She said, because sadaqah falls in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before it falls in the hands of people. She used to put perfume on it, on her sadaqah. So, when you are going to give sadaqah to a poor person, do it in secret. Okay? In order not to embarrass him. In order not to make him feel shameful or embarrassed, because he is your Muslim brother. He is your Muslim brother. That's number one. Okay. Also, when you give zakah, you should not tell any people that I have given so and so zakah. Because if you said that, the good deed you did will turn null and void. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قَوْلٌ مَعْرُوفٌ وَمَغْفِرَةٌ خَيْرٌ مِّن صَدَقَةٍ يَتْبَعُهَا أَذًى وَاللَّهُ غَنِيٌّ حَلِيمٌ يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لَا تُبْطِلُوا صَدَقَاتِكُمْ بِالْمَنِّ وَالْأَذَى. Okay, now I need money from Brother Majid is going to give me because I am poor. He has zakah, he's going to give me. Okay? So, but he gave me actually zakah. But when he got out of the mosque, he's going to say, Muhammad, Brother Shima, I gave him so and so. So the good deed you have done became null and void. Because in that way, you are not dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you are dealing with human beings, with creatures like you. And brothers and sisters, be careful, watch out. This is a very important, if you can say, serious point. Those whose acts of worship are not done sincerely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not be accepted by Him. Once again, those whose acts of worship are not mean for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will never ever accept them. Why? Because Allah in the Quran says, فَادْعُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ. فَادْعُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ. This means that when you are going to offer your acts of worship to Allah, do that with full sincerity to Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your prayer should be for the sake of Allah. Your fasting should be for the sake of Allah. Your umrah should be for the sake of Allah. Your hajj should be for everything you do, every act of worship you do should be for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the Almighty. Should be for His subhanahu wa ta'ala's sake. The Prophet ﷺ is reported to have said, and this is the last point I'm going to finish with, he sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reported to have said that some people are giving out zakat and money and sadaqah, so many sadaqah in this worldly life, just in order for people to call them, okay, mashallah, this man gives sadaqah more frequently, he is a mutasaddiq. Then when it is the day of resurrection, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring him before him. Then is my slave. What good deeds you do? You did. Because one, oh God, I prayed, I gave zakah, I fasted, I made fasting during the month of Ramadan, I made pilgrimage. That's okay. But you prayed in order for people to call you a man who frequently offer prayers. حتى يقال مصلي, and people has actually said. So you have taken the reward from people, from mankind. So your prayer, the prayer you did in the worldly life, is null and void. And you have paid out zakat, so that people would say, this man frequently pay out zakat. حتى يقال مزكٍ ومتصدق, and they have actually said so. So your reward here, you have no reward for me. Okay. And you have done pilgrimage to Mecca, so that people would say that he is a Hajj. MashaAllah, this man did pilgrimage frequently to Mecca, and people have actually said that. So that's why, brothers and sisters, if you are going to do any act of worship, do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the Almighty. Thank you for your time, and I'm all ready to answer if your question, inshallah. Yes, ma'am.
Brother, we have one welfare hospital back in Pakistan.
Yeah.
And I was member of that one. Whenever I gave a zakat or sadaqah to them, and after a year they have a balance sheet, and they wrote my name over there. I mean, I don't tell them, and they wrote how much I donated. They wrote everybody because for their calculation, and they publish it.
This is a good question, by the way. There is no problem in it, inshallah. There is no harm, inshallah, because this is not a type of showing off. And I'm going to give you a very important point. Scholars say that those leaders, for example, imams, okay, leaders of communities, it is permissible for them to show their sadaqah to people in order to encourage them to pay. So there is nothing harm, inshallah, in it. Inshallah, it's okay. Yeah.
My question kind of follows that. I know my parents, when they want to do zakat or give sadaqah, they always send it back home. They don't give it to like the masjid in like Portsmouth. Like sometimes, like obviously they help every now and then, but like if they're gonna give like a big amount, sometimes like my mom would say, send it back home.
Oh, yeah.
Is since we live here, our lives are here, and this.
I got your question.
Yeah.
I got your question. This is the point of this agreement among scholars. Is it allowed to move sadaqah or zakat from the country you live in to another country or not? Some scholars say that it is not allowed to do so until you are fully convinced that there are no poor at all in the country you are in. So this is an opinion for scholars. Other scholars said no. The most important point is that this zakat will be given to Muslim brothers and sisters. Okay? So we say this opinion is right and the other opinion is right, inshallah. It is accepted.
So, I want to take an example, for example, right? So, let's say you have, you have incomes, but by the end of the year, it's gone.
So you don't have zakat. As long as the money, you have didn't reach nisab. By the way, this is a brief explanation for zakat. I'm going to elaborate extensively on it, inshallah.
Okay.
This is a brief explanation just for you to know about the importance of zakat. It will take from me about 4 lessons in order to speak about the ways people for whom the muzakki should give his zakat, when you are going to give your zakat, how can you calculate your zakat. I'm going to give you all of this information, don't worry. Okay? So, but when it is nisab, you are obliged to pay zakat. Nisab is estimated by about 85 grams of gold. 85 grams of gold. So this is the nisab of the money. Yes, brother Shimabait.
Oh, I forgot I'm getting old. The thing is, which I'm talking about, the other two people, we have a welfare society, especially for medical purpose. I'm following his question. And who people cannot afford their medical treatment, like a medicine or surgery or something, I send money over there to help those guys. I know those are poor cannot. Over here, government take care of medical. If you go to the hospital, they will take it. Don't worry, if you are poor, government will clean your bills. But that's why my personal thing is we can send over there. Allah knows better. Over here, it's very difficult. Only few people I know Muslims. Can we pay that zakat to non-Muslim?
No. No. At all. Not at all. If there is no poor Muslim here, okay, put your zakat in anything that might benefit the Muslim community.
One more question which is confused. I'm confused in this community. Before that, I don't have.
Yeah.
Sadaqah. Sadaqah is purely for Allah.
Yeah.
Can that sadaqah money spent on the masjid or the Islamic center for his anything?
Sadaqah, not zakat.
Sadaqah, you can do that.
Yeah, recommended sadaqah, not zakat, not obligatory zakat. Yeah.
So zakat has to be given to the less fortunate, right?
To what?
Like the poor people.
Yes, Muslim.
No, to eight kinds.
Okay.
To 8 kinds.
And you're gonna go over them later.
Yeah.
Okay. But sadaqah, if we're having like Eid, like having an Eid, like a party for Eid, we can use the sadaqah money to pay for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can.
I think.
And by the way, Brother Shimon, in completion of your question about if there is no poor in the community here, huh?
We don't know.
Yeah, there are no poor in the community. And is it permissible to use the zakat, for example, in meeting the requirements of the mosque? If there is no way other than that, so it will be permissible, inshallah, because some scholars said this may be included under the saying of Allah, وَفِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Okay? And I'm going to elaborate on the meaning of the term. Because we have in Egypt, Darul Ifta al-Masriya, that official institution concerned with giving legal fatwas and legal rulings, said that it is permissible for Muslims to give out his zakat in the building of hospitals and in the building of schools. Here we can say, because the state is not responsible for the mosques, and the mosque is the responsibility of Muslims themselves here, members of the Muslim community, we can say, inshallah, this zakat can be given to masjids or centers like that. Inshallah.
Can Muslim accept zakat of other religion?
No.
If we can't give, we can't accept.
No. We said Muslim cannot give zakat to people of other religions.
That's why I asked. Can
No.
the opposite also not?
No. So any other question? I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to admit us into His paradise and to shower us with His mercy, for His subhanahu wa ta'ala is fully able to do so. Thank you for your time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.